Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today, we're reading for March 25th, 26th, and 27th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, you know that I'm going to use my Radley Valentine deck. Here's my Angel Tarot cards for the main reading. I will pull in my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle deck, and I'll pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, for the introduction, which this is the introduction, I will use my Waite Rider, and I will pull one, maybe more, from my Osha Zen Tarot cards. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. But remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. So nothing is really retrograde right now. So you would think that things would be really calm. Oh, by the way, I am an intuitive psychic. An intuitive channeler, I would say. I open myself to higher power. My job is just to deliver the message. So like all the planets, especially for Mars, everything in Mars, the planets are all going direct. Most of February, all of Mars, and then most of April until the 28th. The planets have all been going direct. So you would think, well, that's okay. That's pushing forward. Well, the thing is, the planets get close to each other. You know, we've talked a little bit about Venus and Mars. And the one I didn't really talk about too much, and this has been going on since, I would say, the beginning of March, I think until the 27th, is that Neptune in Pisces, Jupiter in Pisces, and Mercury in Pisces. Well, Neptune and Pisces have been, pretty close together, and then Mercury and Pisces, they've all gotten very, very close, especially, I would say, maybe the 23rd through the 26th, and they're all in Pisces. And, Neptune is very dreamy, very, which really works well with Pisces. Jupiter is hopeful, thing of, great fortune, good luck, which also works well with Pisces. Mercury's a little bit of the troublemaker, but he's kind of like, okay, I'm just going to go along with it. I want things to happen. I want wonderful things. Let's move with that too. The thing is, though, they're getting very close together at this point. And like all roommates, it's kind of like, visitors and fish. After 3 days, they start to stink, need to move out. Anyway, Mercury's getting a little antsy. We've all been, and Mercury is about communication, and it's like, okay, I want wonderful things, but I'm really getting very stressed, and I'm not hearing what I want. I'm not, things aren't developing the way I want them to develop. And on the 27th, I move into Aries, and Aries is going to make things happen for me. So Mercury has some really interesting things. Mercury in Aries, communication, electronics, still going direct. But it's really going to be a little bit more powerful. So Mercury will get messages out. We might hear messages. We might have some communication. I don't know. Could we have communication problems? Well, we've got all those solar storms that are happening, so that could happen too. So it's just a very interesting time. And then next week, we've got some stuff with Aries, Saturn, and a little bit further down, Mars in with Saturn also. So I kind of feel like we might have with Venus, this is for next week, or the beginning of the week, so if I don't talk about it, I kind of feel like Venus in their conjunction with Saturn, and they're all in Aquarius. Remember, I feel like there could be some revelations on the relationship side, and there could be some trust issues going on. So we'll see what happens with that. But this time, just your communication, like I said, on the 27th, Mercury goes into Aries. It's going to be a little bolder. It's going to be more, upfront. And right now, Mercury, Neptune, and Jupiter and Neptune, they're kind of like, hey, chill. And Mercury's just like that little grain of sand in your shoe. That really is just bothering the heck. So I feel some not anxiety, I feel some agitation. I just feel like, come on already. Okay, let's see what we have going on. I have been shuffling my Waite Rider, or my Rider-Waite cards. And it was interesting, I was doing this yesterday, and I kept pulling up the same cards, which were rather, I don't know, disturbing or liberating. So let's see if we pull out the same cards. I won't tell you what they were. But let's see if I do pull out the same cards. So what's happening for the universe? What can we talk about with the universal energies? Here we are. Glasses so I can see. Take a moment. Please like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell for notifications. Got that out of the way. So I'll say it again at the end too. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And remember, like I said, this is the introduction. I will put a timestamp in the description so you can bypass if you're ascending, rising, moon, Mars, Mercury, who did I miss? Venus, any of those that you know, in your natal charts, if you have those in there. Okay, let's see what we've got going. First card is, well, that one kept coming up yesterday too. The Hermit. The Hermit, and my nose is itching. The Hermit is a 9. 9 has, you have all the information you need. Wrap it up. Let's get things done. The Hermit is about taking a step back. Is about, again, I'm always going to be talking about connecting with your higher power. This is a major arcana card, and whenever you see the major arcana card, it's a very spiritual card, and it's to kind of wake you up to what might be needed to be doing. Okay, the Hermit is, the Hermit's not a crazy person hiding in a cave. The Hermit is taking a step back, looking for his light, looking for his guide, looking for what is my next step, where am I supposed to be going. Connecting again, meditating, praying with the higher power, guardian angels, whoever that is for you. So let's see our next card. Okay, I like this one. This showed up a couple of times yesterday, but not a whole lot, not as much as the Hermit did. The King of Pentacles. Now, you know that whenever I talk about the court cards, they all have underlying energies. Page's underlying energy is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Knight's underlying energy is fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Cup's underlying energy is, so that was the Knight. Queen's underlying energy is Cups, which is your Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And then we have King's underlying energy, which is Sword or Air, which is Aquarius. So that, that might be going on for next week. But it's also Gemini, and it's also Libra. So we have the underlying energy is our air energy. It is very focused, very much planning. Air energy is making your plans, seeing the pathway, seeing what you need to do. Very, very linear type of thinking, but very brilliant type of thinking. Pentacles, though, so this is a king that really can see what the next steps are. But Pentacles is that earth energy, again, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And that is about your, your money, your job, your career. The King of Pentacles is could be a very professional person. It could be a person in leadership, a person that has to deal with money. It could also be a subject matter expert. So there's something going on between the two here, the Hermit and then the King of Pentacles. Not quite sure where we're at with this. But the King of Pentacles does provide for many. Okay, next card is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor was also there a lot yesterday, too. The Emperor is, again, a major arcana. It is a 4. 4 has a, basically, it is leadership, organization. It also has some stability to it. Now, the Emperor has a couple of different types of feel. The Emperor and the King, okay, you would think of them as peers, but the Emperor has a little bit more of a power, has more power. The Emperor has, a lot of times to me, is more of the masculine side of the divine, of the source. Now, the Empress brings a lot of the feminine side, and the Emperor brings a lot of that masculine side. There is ruler here. There is a very sharpness. There is a very much a judgmental energy here, but yet at the same time it is based upon understanding too. So there's something going on this weekend. These two, this one is about money. This could be a doctor, lawyer. This could be somebody also in politics. It could also be a subject matter expert. This one, I get a very ruling type of energy. We have the Hermit. The Hermit has to step away. The Hermit has to connect to higher power. I am feeling like I need to pull 2 more cards, so let's see what else we might have. Sneaky Snake did come up a couple of times yesterday. Not a whole lot. I would get more of the Seven of Swords, but Five has change energy. This is sneaky snake. This is kind of watch out. Not everybody can be trusted. This one came up a lot, the Three of Pentacles. This was provision. Three has power. Three has, the power of three. It's also celebration, creativity. This was getting provision, but this was going to ask for provision, and somebody that was in authority, possibly the Pentacles or the King of Pentacles or the Emperor, was providing. But this was provision. But there was sneaky snake. Sneaky snake, we just got to watch out for that because there's things going on. And this could go into what I was talking about the next week, where I'm saying that there could be some trust issues. Okay, next card is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, very powerful, very positive, very much I am going into a better place. And again, Knight's underlying energy is fire, so it's passionate. And Cups is our water energy. So it's also very fluid, but it's also very powerful in its I want what I want, what I want. Okay, so the cards I've been looking for did not pop up, so I'm really happy with that. Let's see what we have, though. These three did come up a lot. This one came up a lot, too. The Seven of Swords was the one that was really, really coming up, and I kind of feel like the Seven of Swords is sneaky snake a little bit on steroids. It's a little bit more. It's like this one's just kind of waiting and seeing, and again, sneaky, 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 where the Seven was very actively sabotaging. So, didn't come up. I'm okay with that. So let's go on here and see what we have to see. Awareness. Guilt. That one kept coming up. Maturity. I like them. They are all reversed. Reversed has a stronger energy to me, so let's pay more attention. The awareness. Now, we are into Aries season. We have passed that time with the veil, with spring. Now, it was interesting. I know this is just one of those anecdotal information, but it is interesting that in the Julian calendar, March 25th was the day of the equinox. So, just to say. So here we have a 7. 7 has the divine umbrella, divine intervention, divine interference. This is an awareness. This is, and remember, I look at Osha Zen Tarot more as words of advice. So this is to increase our awareness. This is to break out of our cocoons. This is to leave the shadows behind. And as this veil, as this, whatever this is, membrane is being pulled apart, leaving behind the dark energy, the dark, the anxiety, the guilt. And if you look, the person has peace. And the person has, the person actually appears to be, just to be like, okay, I have a better understanding. Now, we have 8. 8 has unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities, but this is all about guilt. So what is it that we're going to be feeling? What is it we're going to be finding out? Well, who is it? Is there going to be someone that's going to be very guilty? Is it ourselves? Is it someone in the universe? But this is guilt. This is racking our brain. This would be kind of not necessarily your 9 of Swords, where 9 of Swords is just kind of like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? But this has that guilt energy. This has that, that looking back, looking at past deeds, looking at how we've come to where we've come to, and just not necessarily liking how our path was. We can change our path. We can change our where we are going, how we are connecting. Guilt. If you learn from guilt, or if you learn from situations that have stimulated your guilt, you will know then that guilt then becomes a useless emotion that you really need to not carry with you. But that's if you've learned from it. And yet, we have the next card, which is maturity. It does not have a number, which actually helps to tell us that we do learn. We do learn. So we've got some interesting energies. I'm very happy that we didn't get the energies that I was reading yesterday, because it was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with this one? And it was just an interesting read. So these are the things, basically, look around, come out into the light, see what actually is happening. Let let this guilt leave. It's only trying to hold you back. You can see these little hands are trying to really, keep this, whoever it is, it's trying to hold on to. So these, and remember, we're in the waning part of the moon, so it is a good time to release. There are flowers, there's a beauty beyond the guilt. And here we go into maturity, which means we are spiritually growing up, spiritually connecting. It's not just in our age per se, but it's in our spirituality that we need to, we need to do the connection. We need to basically come to a point where we know that many things we can't control. Some things we can. We can control how we react. And, sometimes we just need to take some deep breaths and say, this is what it is, and what am I supposed to do while I'm in this? So, interesting stuff. The cards I was looking for did not pop up, so I'm very happy about that, though it did mean that there was going to be something that was changing quite dramatically, and that's okay too, as long as it was in the positive. Okay, which it was, so that was a good thing too. Anyway, I will, hopefully this means something. I go back to this the most. We need to step back. We need to reconnect, but we also need to, regroup a little bit ourselves. Watch out for sneaky snake. Don't worry so much about the money situation. There will be provision. It might not be necessarily what we want. And remember, this is new opportunity. Nights are also new opportunities, but this is new opportunities in romance, also in love, and in passion, and in things that we find important. Okay? Okay. So why don't we start our readings, but again, to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We'll start now. Hello, my Pisces. How are you doing, my darlings? I hope this is a good weekend. And I know we've got, right before the weekend is coming, we have that, the conjunction Neptune, Jupiter, and Mercury. So watch your words a little bit. Watch your communications a little bit. You may be a little more sensitive to what you're hearing. Try to just take a big, deep breath and let it pass by you. But the Mercury and Neptune, the Jupiter and Neptune one could also be one of those really good times to, I'm going to have to tell my husband, and again, to take a little bit of a chance, okay? So just, if you've been following me and you know my husband, I've talked about him, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so maybe one of those times to take a little bit of a chance this weekend. Okay, let's see what we have for my Pisces. Oh, that card was moving a little bit. Let's see. Reversed. First card is the Knight of Earth. Knight of Earth has been coming up. This came up for Scorpio, but it's been coming up in and out. And I do shuffle my cards. I shuffle them, I promise you. Knight's underlying energy. But so if you have Scorpio in any of your rising, ascending, Mars, Venus, Moon, Mercury, anything in your natal charts, take a look at that one too. Knight of Earth. Knight's underlying energy is fire. Fire, passionate, burning, determined, Aries energy. Earth energy is our Taurus, our Virgo, our Capricorn. It's very earth energy. The Knight of Earth for you is, I kind of get you like digging. Now, one of the things I will tell you, if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. But I don't really feel that type of energy. It's like you're searching and you're digging in the earth. You're looking for something that is very tangible. Maybe you're trying to take all of the water energy because, and all of the dreamy energy and all of the Neptune energy, and you're trying to make sense of it all. But the Knight of Earth is also about busy, getting to work. It is also kind of like, it's kind of pulling you out of your daydreams a little bit and saying, ground yourself, get back in touch with what is important. So maybe you've been finding yourself having some bad I shouldn't say bad. No. Maybe you've been finding yourself in the habit whether it be good or bad, and it might have been good when it started, but now the habit is overcoming you. So it kind of like, okay, just as an example, maybe there's a game on the phone. Nobody would know about this, and you're finding that you're doing more, you're spending more time, in this other world, in this other game, than you are at the things that matter more to you. Now, could be your work, job, career. That's one relationship. Could be personal, intimate, interpersonal, family, home. But it's kind of like you need to get it back in touch with the tangible, not necessarily the ethereal. And Neptune does bring us into a little bit of that. Well, a lot of that, especially since it is in Pisces. But I do feel that Jupiter, it could be a good time to take a chance. All right. Knight of Earth, loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, a guardian angel. Yeah, I feel really, time to get back to reality and walk your walk. Your path it's kind of like a get going now. Get going. Okay, next card is Strength. So we have a 1-1, new beginnings, ones, 10 plus 1, 10 transition. You can add it together. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 has choices. 2 has coming together. Strength, Archangel Ariel, very kind energy, but very strong energy, kind of like silken steel. It's like it's stronger than you even think. You might think that push over, and you find that there is strength. Now I'm also getting there is strength in numbers. So you may need to have people around you that support you in whatever this is that's happening around you. But the strength is also telling you that there is strength in kindness. Kindness does not mean you have to give in. One of the things I used to tell my children was, when they'd say, you don't understand, I'd say, no, I do understand. I'm just not being understanding. Get the job done. Okay? Clean your room. Do whatever it is. Okay, so strength in itself does have you do a little bit of internal work at the same time. It does help. It does kind of bring about, what are you basing certain actions on? Are you, is it your own personal experiences? Are you being compassionate? Are you being empathetic? So there's this weird little strength energy that you need to grab onto. Ask Archangel Ariel for help. It does make some sort of a change in things. There is some compassion. It doesn't mean that you have to let people run rough over you. Okay. Great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. So how these two are a little bit, I don't know. Maybe you've been going into that other world because you haven't wanted to really deal with some situations. So this would be one of those weekends where you're going to have to deal with some stuff. Okay, next card, and it's okay though. It's okay because it has to be dealt with. Next card is the 8 of Earth. So a lot of Earth energy for you. A lot of being grounded energy. 8 has unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. Whatever this is that you haven't been dealing with, now it's time for you to deal with it. And the 8 of Earth says, good job. Good job. So, is it, maybe you've had to, nobody likes confrontation. Maybe there's somebody you have to talk to or talk with, and you don't have necessarily a most positive message, or that somebody needs to talk to or talk with you, and it just feels like I really don't want to do. No, please, we don't have to do this. Let's wait maybe another decade on this. Well, this is dealing with your stuff. Let's put it that way. And it's like things out in the open, but it clears the air, and it's like, yes, okay, why didn't I do this last time? Okay, so maybe it's like you can't pay a credit card bill, you can't pay a doctor's bill. I'm giving an example, and you call them up to say, I don't have the money now, but I might next week, next month, next year. It's dealing with not letting it hang over you, it's dealing with it. Okay? And you have a better outcome, and you're like, why didn't I deal with this before? If I would have known what I know now. But I do feel again too, if this is a money energy, it doesn't have to be money energy. I do feel though that Jupiter Neptune thing going on, I know we have Mercury too. I do think that this could be a weekend where there's a little bit of a lucky chance for you. Okay, skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. Okay, so you have a 118, an 811. So those are some good numbers. Let's see what we have here now. The Knight of Earth. Yeah, nothing, just the Knight of Earth just gives me this, get out of your, step out of your mind, step out of your thoughts, and, handle the business at hand. Okay, you're thinking too much of the what ifs, and it's really not good. It's not healthy for you. Okay, here's our last card this is John Holland, Psychic Tarot and Oracle. 7. 7 is a divine number. It is the divine intervention, divine umbrella. It is divine interference sometimes. The Crown Chakra. Crown Chakra is the connection with your higher power. I kind of think about it as, you've ever been to a place where there's the escalators, one's going up, one's coming down. It's kind of like this at the same time. I feel like it's very much joint communication. However, instead, many times there's a lot of people riding to the up, and sometimes, not so many coming down. Sometimes they're equal. Sometimes a lot's coming down. So this is about meditation. This is about connecting with higher power. But at the same time, with the crown, and I know that I just said you need to be more in the present, but the Crown Chakra is also, not necessarily doing all the talking. You need to listen to your higher power also, okay? Because I think with the 117, I'm kind of getting the 711 energy. That 8 is wonderful. You can put that where it is also, but I'm getting that 711 as really strong. It's kind of like, I do feel that it's listen more than you speak, and just do. Okay, let's see what we have with our crystals or energies. What would be helpful for my Pisces? Here we go. This one is reversed. Ametrine. Okay, Ametrine is a combination between amethyst and citrine. Okay, so spiritual guidance, that would be about your strength and your 7, the Crown Chakra. Angelic realms, again, clears stress, truths revealed. I feel like that's really going to be more when that Venus thing goes on next week. But, just basically ground yourself, get to business, face what you need to face. You actually do much better than you even think. But again, this could be a good time to take one of those lucky chances. Okay, so connect with your higher power first. So my Pisces, take a moment please to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. As always, my Pisces, know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.